Gina, maybe you all the time think I come over here to visit just Emma, but that's not the case. I mean to say, I do think your daughter is aces, but that's not the only reason why I visit. Now, I know I'm not a free man until my divorce is final, but... And the last thing I'd ever do is to ruin your reputation by asking you to go out with a married man. But on the other hand, I would like to make my intentions known ahead of time. Because before I met you, I never had any trouble with the ladies. Now, I'm not bragging, I'm just stating a fact. I'm just stating a fact, which the only reason I mention it is because you're the exception to the rule. When I'm talking to you, I'm like a deer talking to headlights. Which is why I wrote this down. So, until my divorce is final. No, before my divorce is final, I want you to know that there is only one woman in the whole world that I want to spend the rest of my life with, and that's you.
Charlie, hi.
Hi. Where's Emma?
Sleeping. I'm sorry you cannot play with her.
I didn't just come to visit her.
Caroline is not home.
I know, I always check first. I don't visit when Caroline's home.
So why you come?
To visit you.
Oh.
Gina, maybe you all the time think that I come here to visit Emma, but it's not the case. What I mean to say is I think your daughter is aces, but that's not the only reason why I visit. Now don't.
Yes.
You know what happens to a deer when he stares into headlights?
No.
He sort of gets paralyzed, sort of.
And then the hunter shoots him, yes?
Well, I think that's illegal.
There are many deers in Ohio?
No, not so many as there used to be.
Many were paralyzed by the headlights.
Gina, you want to go to the movies?
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
You got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum. Have faith or pandemonium, liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark,
Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark.
what did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said you got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between.
Harry Spiro is up for the Tigers with 2 outs and Bob Thurston in second. Spiro's .277 batting average keeps his 4-year vacation fighting Schickelgruber for Uncle Sam. Didn't hurt him swing any. Hitless in 3 at-bats.
WREQ, voice go to Riverrun.
Hello, I'd like to speak to the station. Metcalf hadn't made a darn spectacular shoestring catch. The rookie right fielder took quite a spill and looked a little dazed out there, but tribe skipper Lou Boudreau kept the Ohio-born Metcalf in. Guess Lou figured it was nothing a little hometown Buckeye cheering couldn't fix. Okay, Taylor has the sign from McAnally. He goes into his stretch, checks Thurston in second, and here's the pitch. Oh, and
You need a tin cup.
You,
It's part of the game, Ruth.
I can't countenance rowdiness. There's too much of it here already. God knows what will happen if Mr. Veck actually brings up that Larry Doby from the miners.
Well, if he tried to field a great many of them, that would be another thing. But I think it's safe to say that the Indians can't accommodate one colored player without riots in the streets.
How progressive, Mr. Social Engineer. Do you also have an opinion on Abe and Gloria's odd behavior of late?
I have noticed they've refused to work weekends for some time now.
Or even stay late on Fridays?
What do you attribute it to?
I'm at a loss.
Taylor's into his stretch. Here's the pitch. Steve Reich won. It looked like Spiro was...
They'll bring Larry Doby up before the year's out.
I'll believe it when I see it. Could you bring up those orders of chicken before the year is out?
Woman, can I work any faster? I said it before, and I'll say it again. The war changed everything.
Except how hard we work.
Taylor has to be careful what he gives Spiro. One bad pitch or one good swing from Hammer and Harry, and Cleveland's outfielders will have to change a lot more than just the breeze off the lake. Okay, here's the pitch. Steve Reich, two.
That's more like it.
Whatever is going on worries me.
They're not shirking.
No. Though they do only what's required, not a bit more. No, it's their attitude.
I have noticed Abe saying yes instead of yes, sir, more and more often.
Exactly. I'm gonna look into it.
Double! Next time, grab it, Ruth.
You must be joking.
I'm not. Veck's new policy is the fans get to keep any ball that comes into the stands.
That's exactly the kind of thing that encourages rowdiness and makes coming to the ballpark unpleasant.
Ruth.
Buy you a baseball if it means that much to you.
I wonder how many baseballs the tribe's going to use every year now that the fans get to keep them. Imagine all those foul balls in one big pile. Now, wouldn't that be a sight for the look photographer heading out to River Run this week?
We should try to get that photographer to come here and put your picture in Look magazine.
No!
It would be good for business.
If the Sloans find out we have a business of our own, they would fire us on the spot.
Can't afford that until we start turning a little more profit.
They're bound to find out someday.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Jump off that bridge is more than likely, but not a day before we have to.
It's a pity to miss out on free publicity.
And with a lull in the action, let's take this moment to hear a few words from one of our fine sponsors.
Hello?
What is this about a look photographer coming to River Run?
Ginger, there's a game going on.
I've got ears. What about the look photographer coming to River Run?
It was in this morning paper. They're doing a photo essay on a typical American city a year after VJ Day, and they chose River Run.
WREQ, River Run, please hold. Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you read the paper?
Oh, that's beside the point. Linda, this is my chance to be discovered.
Well, there's no guarantee.
When I was in Hollywood, I saw with my own eyes a movie director leafing through Look magazine and saying, I want someone like her.
I just don't want you to get your heart set on it and be disappointed.
Oh, well, not like you have your heart set on getting Hank's old job, am I right?
Oh, touche.
Just because I lost the part after I did the screen test and I read the wrong weather report, my first time out on radio, and I didn't get to play the lead pumpkin in 4th grade. Hold. WREQ, Voice of River Run, please hold. Only because Diane Cuffman was teacher's pet. Like, if Lana Turner can get discovered in a drugstore, I can get discovered in a drugstore. We're both blondes, sort of. And I can wear my sweaters just as tight as she does.
How do you know the photographer is going to go to a drugstore, and if so, which drugstore?
I will find out. Wherever he goes, I will be there. Rain or shine, I'm getting my picture in Look magazine.
He looks over to second, where Thurston still has a big lead. Barker moves over to the bag, forcing Thurston to shorten his lead. Thurston has already stolen 25 bases this season, so Taylor is taking his time. Okay, Taylor gets set. He goes into his stretch, and here's the pitch. And Spiro hits a high, lazy fly ball right. Should be a can of corn for Metcalf. Oh, I don't believe it. He drops it. Jaffe over from center, picks up the ball and throws it to second, but Spiro slides in safely. Thurston scores standing up, and the Tigers are up by 1. My, oh my, that will be an error charge to the rookie right fielder.
Where have you been hiding, Slugger?
I was planning on waiting in the tunnel till the rest of the team went home so I didn't have to show my face in the locker room. For Pete's sakes, why don't you ever come to a game when I play well?
Well, that's as warm a welcome as I've ever had.
Sorry. Figured you were gonna ride me, so I thought I'd get in my licks first.
You made one great catch, one great error. You're still a rookie, and your team won the game. Life isn't so terrible.
Now, why doesn't that cheer me up?
Looked to me like every bug alive flew in off the lake and found you out there.
You noticed.
I've seen it happen before.
Well, it couldn't have happened at a worse time. That error probably cost me a pile of endorsement money.
Whose endorsement money?
Well, some advertiser wants a ball player to hawk his products in magazines. Coach said it's worth maybe $500, which Ginger and I were going to use as a down payment on a house, which is a lot of chickens counted before they hatched.
What else did Coach say?
Well, he told me on the QT they narrowed the choice down between Bernie Farfenbarger and me.
So all those eyes and sweat bees were working for Bernie.
You could say that.
More than you know, rookie. You weren't around when your buddy Farfenbarger pulled the same stunt 2 seasons ago in spring training.
What same stunt?
He put sugar or honey in your hair tonic. Made you a walking automat for bugs.
You boneheaded rube! Snake in the grass!
You boys want your pink slip? I know that little exhibition had nothing to do with a certain pending advertising endorsement. Because I know the game is more important than advertising money to both of you. If I find out any different, neither one of you will have a job long enough to endorse toilet paper.
I'll join you as soon as I serve the queen.
You know what I'd love?
Just a salad.
To have lunch with you in here.
Good. Thank you.
Have you ever... Has it occurred to you that we're going through our golden years together? I can't believe it myself. Where has the time gone? But did you get fresh cream on your way to work?
Yes.
Oh, good. I don't know why the other went bad. Someone must have left it out. Hope I'm not the guilty party. I can't tell you how lucky I feel to be approaching the latter half of my life with help I can trust. There's so much we take for granted nowadays, but you, I want you to know that I never take you two for granted. Every Sunday in church, I thank God for both of you.
We include you in our prayers also.
Oh. I must admit, I'm not altogether familiar with the structure of the Baptist Church. But whatever it is, I feel safe to say that you and I are closer in spirit than any of us is to the Catholics. I was wondering, how long are the Sunday services at Bethany Baptist?
That depends on the mood of the preacher. Sometimes the Spirit moves him and he forgets about the time altogether. And then sometimes his stomach gets the better of him and he cuts his sermon short to get home for Sunday dinner.
It varies then.
Yes.
I can't imagine that myself. I need to be on a schedule, even on my day of rest. Reason I ask at all is for reassurance. Sunday is your day of rest, because you deserve it.
Rest and worship.
Do you also have Saturday services?
Not as a rule. Wednesday nights we have Bible study.
Ah.
But Gloria has choir practice, it seems like, every night of the week. Can't tell when they'll call choir practice. Right, Gloria?
Would you like to come to our Sunday service?
Me? Well, goodness, that's a thought.
If you come, you might ease your mind about our weekend activity.
And I will take you up on that very Christian invitation someday. Well, Look how full I am. Can you imagine? I don't think I could take another bite. Well.
I checked the bedrooms and bathroom, and this is all I could find.
Thanks. Would you like me to do your laundry, Charlie?
I feel funny you're doing my wash, Miss Kay.
Oh, nonsense. It's part of room and board. We just settle things with Caroline as soon as possible so you don't go broke paying 2 rents.
I'll do my best.
I think it's providential that Hank took the job in Chicago just when you needed a place to stay.
Well, I guess. Have you heard from him?
Yes, he called last night.
And?
He loves his job. He's still at the Y. He's put a deposit on a room. And he sounds happier than he's been in months.
Next time, tell him I said hi.
Okay.
Did you tell him you might be having twins?
No, I didn't.
She does look big for 3 months alone, doesn't she?
Yeah. Know what she means by doing things with your wife?
Well, she means she wants us to stick it out to death to us part. Maybe I should strangle Caroline.
Just don't make the same mistake I did. If your wife invites you over for dinner, don't go. If she's like my ex-wife, she'll be charming, she'll look like $1,000,000. You'll start to remember all the good times you had in the bedroom. She'll hand you a cold beer.
It goes to show what you know. Caroline likes warm beer.
The temperature of the beer makes no, never mind, brother. Her temperature you worry about. I know you. A couple of beers, she'll be all moon-faced. You'll start thinking, what the hell, we're still married, right? You'll start to get romantic. I can tell you from sad experience, brother, you take off your pants, you lose your shirt.
I got nothing to lose.
You got a paycheck, haven't you? Any judge in Ohio will give her $5 a week alimony.
$5 a week?
Till she remarries.
Holy moly, that's highway robbery.
Especially if there's another woman. Is there another woman?
Not yet.
It better not be, Charlie. Before your divorce is final, don't even be seen with another woman, or that divorce attorney will hitch Caroline's star to your wagon for life.
Hello, Caroline Haley speaking.
Hello?
A disconnect, love. 3rd one this week. Is Emma asleep?
Yes.
Join me for a huh?
Okay, fine. I will leave the door open so we can hear Emma if she cries. You must be a relief for when the divorce is finished.
I have no intention of getting a divorce.
But
what, love? Till death do us part is what we said, and neither of us is dead yet.
But Caroline, why you wish to be married if you only always fight and if there's not...
Just because a couple has a row every now and again doesn't mean to say they don't love each other. This is temporary. All married couples go through it.
How can you be sure?
Because I know Charlie, hon. He'll be back, and it'll be like old times, only better. Because when he comes back, I am going to be the best wife he ever imagined. I do love him. Listen to me getting all gummy. Sugar.
What do you say we let bygones be bygones?
Fine by me.
Good.
Good.
The way I see it is, well, just because we're in 5th place doesn't mean we don't try our best. Every game, every inning, instead of acting like a bunch of bush leaguers. My mom says,
Oh, it's Mom.
yeah, maybe it's corny, but I was always told to do my best no matter what. Everybody's told that, I guess, and that's what I'm here to do. I play ball the best I know how.
You're right, Slugger. We owe it to the fans to play our darndest. I respect you for reminding us.
Thanks, Bernie. Shaving cream.
Thanks a million, Linda.
Sure, just finish up before Miss Watkins gets back from her coffee break. Okay. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Hello, Charlie.
This phone call is private. Hi. I called last night,
But Caroline answered phone.
yes. You know the plans we made to go to the movies and all?
Maybe it's not so good idea.
And maybe it's not such... What?
Maybe it's not so good idea.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Well, not yet, anyways. But later, when I clear things up, we can still go to the movies.
After you clear things up with Caroline.
Yes.
Fine, maybe after.
Positively after, 100% guaranteed, okay?
100% guaranteed.
I've gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Big smile now, Lisa?
Linda, with an I, and my last name's Metcalf, Metcalf.
Did you work on a line during the war?
She was aces, mister. Thanks for letting me use the phone.
Charlie, could you do me a favor and call Ginger at the station and tell her that the photographer is here?
You must be glad to be away from the dirt and noise and be safe inside a nice, clean office.
Oh, I'd trade my nice, clean office for my old paycheck any day of the week. And because of the number of years I've worked on the floor, I have as good an idea as anybody about the safety problems the workmen face. But, what you probably don't know is that I've done most of the research for Local 311 on the problems of workplace safety. In fact, I provided my brother with a lot of this information when he was your safety foreman. Add to everything else the time I've spent here in the offices, and I think I'm qualified to know what has to be done and how to get it done. And you don't have to train me.
You've cut your hair.
Yes, I did.
I knew there was something different.
So,
Oh, I think it looks wonderful short.
thank you, sir. I meant, what about the job?
A woman on the factory floor is a distraction to the men. It's a fact of life that men look at women. And as sure as I'm standing here, one of them will see you coming with that new haircut of yours, and boom, there goes a finger in the punch press. Or worse.
But during the war, more than half the workers were women.
Exactly my point. There were so many no one thought twice about it. Even then, the men were not comfortable taking orders from a woman. We'll find a way to give you more responsibility in your present job. I think Miss Watkins is only 3 or 4 years away from retirement.
Where's the photographer the photographer look, Charlie? Where is the photographer?
He left an hour ago for the stadium.
Wait, Cleveland Stadium?
No, Ebbets Field. Of course, Cleveland.
Well, he was supposed to take pictures of us here in River Run.
Maybe you forgot your fiancé is in the big leagues now.
He's taking Jeff's picture?
With Miss Kay, local boy who makes the big leagues, and his proud mom.
Well, if they're taking her, sure as to take a picture of his proud fiancé. Mrs. Kahn, where's the photographer?
He left a good while ago.
No. I have followed that photographer halfway across the state. I guess it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be for Jeff to get that advertising money either.
I heard on the radio what a lousy game he had.
He has had such a string of bad luck.
Well, Jeff doesn't think it's bad luck. Bernie Farfenbarger's locker room jokes are putting him behind the 8 ball.
Been watching too many Hope and Crosby movies. Tell us a win.
Young men! Stop it!
Apologize to the ladies, gentlemen.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, Mom. Ginger.
Back in the locker room, gentlemen. If this happens one more time, don't bother to suit up again. Mrs. Abel, would you honor me with your company?
Oh, of course.
That's very kind of you, Mrs. Kahn. Let me know if I can make you more comfortable. Are you so far along? Or maybe you're having twins?
Maybe. I'm fine, thanks.
Let's step in here. This won't take but a moment. Did you know that your fiancé has a shot at a very lucrative advertising endorsement contract?
We were going to use that money to put a down payment on a house.
I'm glad your fiancé keeps no secrets from you. That bodes well for a long and happy marriage.
But how can Jeff still have a shot after the way he's been playing?
Because Mr. Bruce Christensen of Christensen Advertising Agency downtown will make his mind up after tomorrow's game whether to hire Bernie or your fiancé, and you might be in a position to influence his decision. Did you ever hear of Mary Ellen Sapinski?
No, sir.
Well, Mary Ellen, I I called her Mary L. Was married to Harold Sapinski, whose lifetime batting average was .097, but whose face was shown on more billboards than Vermishave has signs, and whose income as a result was greater than the commissioner's. Lord rest her soul. Mary L. would always find out who was making the decision for one sponsor or another, and then would sit next to the fellow during the game, never letting on she was married to Harold, and all the while saying what a fan she was of Harold's. How her family even bought the same brand of socks that Harold wore. Now she baked the same canned ham that Harold preferred and what have you. So I'm trying to get you a seat next to Mr. Christensen at the game tomorrow.
I have to work tomorrow, Coach.
Has any member of your family died recently?
I already used that excuse this week.
Well, it was a thought. Well, I'll see if I can get the ticket, and I'll call you. And you see in the meantime if you can find a way to get the day off.
Charlie, wait up. We can still be civilized to one another, can't we?
What do you want?
You and I need to discuss the separation.
Discuss.
Not in front of everyone.
All right, let's go to the Roadhouse.
No.
Brand Theaters?
No.
Rupert's?
Not where people know us.
I'm not going to your flat for dinner.
I was going to suggest the library.
Miss McClelland always makes me whisper at the library, but fine. That's okay. Let's go.
It's closed right now, but it's open late tomorrow night.
All right, I'll see you then.
Could you stop by and fix the Murphy bed before you go there? It's on your way.
I know the flat is on the way. I used to live there, remember? I also know that fixing Murphy beds is what landlords are for.
You know how he is. I've been on to him for weeks, but never mind. Simple act of charity.
I'll be there after work.
That's a sport, Charlie. Thanks ever so.
You're not welcome.
WREQ, Voice of Greater River Run.
Long time, please.
Pass on your request. Voice of Greater River Run.
Hi, it's Judy.
Oh, hi.
The photographer was here. He's gone, but I got his schedule. Ready? He's at a restaurant now. It's too late to meet him there, but he'll be at Shirk's at noon, the Murray Estate at 1, and Dubinsky's gas station at 2, and then he leaves town. If you go straight to Dubinsky's and wait there, you can't miss him.
Why are you doing this?
Jeff said you were dying to have your picture and look.
This is so kind. Everyone is so kind.
But?
I have no one to spell me, and my station manager says that if the phones go unanswered for 1 second, I'll lose my job.
That is a pickle, hon.
Well, all I have to do is wait for the next famous photographer to come to River Run.
You never told me how the Davises spend their weekend.
On their knees.
What?
Going to church services is all they admit to, but if you ask me, I have another job that they're not telling us about. We pay them well enough. I expect their full allegiance.
Leave it to me. If you don't feel I have the right to ask, well, fine. Leave me and Ruth in the dark, as you have been doing for some time regarding your weekend activities. Just remember, when people ask me why your people don't get on better in this world, I'll be able to say I know from personal experience it's a lack of trust. Now, I have never known you to lie to me, so I'm asking you point blank. Are you working for someone else?
No, sir, we are not.
I'm so proud of what my son, Abel Davis, has done with Rupert.
Could you move a little more to your left, please? Now tilt the pan towards me a little bit, please. Fine.
Excuse me, I'd like to speak with...
Judy.
Hi. What are you doing here? I'll spell you while you tackle that photographer.
You do that for me?
Yes.
Well, you're not at all like people. You're as kind as people say you are.
Thanks, son. Now give me the 60-second introduction and get over to Dubinsky's.
Oh, you're so sweet. Sit down. Sit.
That I can do.
Put these on. Okay. Now when you get a call, take the plug and, oh, wait, there's one. Take the plug and you put it in the hole right by the light, okay? Now, then you push this down, you say WRQ, Voice of Greater River Run.
WREQ, Voice of Greater River Run. One moment, please.
Oh, wait, this puts him on hold.
The call's for you.
This is Ginger Sable.
Miss Zabel, this is Coach Zeldick. I got the ticket. Sorry to call so last minute, but you still have plenty of time to get here. I'll leave a ticket at box office B. As in better hurry.
Ginger, the photographer.
I understand that agency muckety-muck will be in the stands today.
Give it a rest, Bernie.
Only reason I bring it up is because of his reputation with the ladies. I specifically told my wife to stay home today. Is your fiancé coming?
No, she had to work.
Well, that's just as well, because last year after Bill Lawson got the endorsement contract, he found his wife in that son of a gun's apartment looking at his etchings.
Thank you for the warning I don't need, and I'm not so sure I believe.
Hey, say, Slugger. May the best man win. And no hard feelings.
It's the top of the third. Detroit is still up by 1, and they're threatening again with Anderson on first, and Halinek gets the play. Here's the look. The wind-up, and the pitch. Oh, and the ball is well hit to right. Metcalf's going back. He's to the fence, and it is over the garden wall. A home run for Andy Halinek. In making a play for the ball, Metcalf ran into the wall and knocked off the head of the limo tomato juice girl on the billboard. Now, he's okay, but it doesn't look like Metcalf knows what to do with the pretty lass's noggin. That's a rookie for you. It's Cleveland down by 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Metcalf steps in. He's batting .283 for the season, his first in the majors. He's 0 for 2 today and 1 for 10 on this homestand. Let's hope he can snap out of this slump and help the Tribe put some runs on the board. Here's the pitch. One on and one out here at the top of the 7th with the score tied 2-all. Tiger shortstop Ford Harris is at the plate. Here's the pitch to Harris. He swings and hits a high fly ball to right. Metcalf's under it, and he's got it. Oh, I don't believe it. He dropped it. Metcalf picks up the ball and hurries to throw to second. Harris holds up at first while Rondale moves to third. That will be an error charge to the rookie, his second in 2 games.
Has number 4 been up to bat yet?
He's flied out twice already and struck out once.
Well, it really doesn't matter to me whether he's having a bad day or not, because
He's having a bad week.
But I come to see him. I don't care whether the Indians win or not.
That's so.
No, sirree. I come to see him and no one else. Can I tell you a secret?
If you like.
This is Mr. Metcalf's favorite color. That's why I wore it.
Is that so?
Bet. When I found out he used fluoro toothpaste, right out and got some. So I could think of him first thing every morning and last thing every night.
Is that so?
All my friends use fluoro now. They're out of it at our drugstore.
Would you like a cigarette?
Oh, I have my own, thanks.
I have it on good authority. Jeff Metcalf smokes Trentons.
I can see why.
Young lady, would you like to meet Jeff Metcalf in the flesh? Say no more.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
I don't know what happened to the bed. I pulled it down one night and it came undone.
You're all dressed up.
Don't be silly. This whole thing's what I wore to work today. I'm just going to change my nylons while you fix the bed.
I better make sure the baby's asleep. I don't want to wake her up and scare her.
Gina's taking her over to Mrs. Khan's where she's doing a fitting.
There's beer in here.
I know that, don't I?
It's on ice.
And a lot of trouble that was, thank you very much.
You don't like beer?
It's not for me. I thought you might like one while you work.
Not on your life.
Well, all right, Charlie. You don't have to drink it, but you don't have to be rude about it either. It was nothing more than a thank you for fixing the Murphy bed, but never mind. It'll just warm up and go to waste.
All right, I'll have one. That doesn't mean you get me in the back.
Hi. I'm very nervous about meeting him.
He puts his pants on one leg at a time like the rest of us.
I think I'll go powder my nose.
Wait, here he comes now.
Oh, I'm too embarrassed.
No, don't be nervous, honey. He doesn't bite, do you,
don't.
Jeff? Hey, this little lady's one of your biggest
for the very
fans.
first time, Mr.
Get
Metcalf.
your filthy mitts off my fiancé. I know all about you and your etchings, Buster.
It's so warm in here. The ice is almost melted.
I guess I better have another one before it goes bad.
That's what you said the first time we met.
No, I said, may I have this dance?
You never. The very first words you ever spoke to me were, will you introduce me to your mother? Because I'd like to thank her for having a daughter with such beautiful legs.
It worked.
After the dance, when the beer was running low, you said, I better have another before it goes bad.
Now, how would you remember the shape you were in?
I was sober as a judge.
And I'm Joe DiMaggio.
I was sober. I only pretended I was drunk so you wouldn't think I'd do what we did sober.
But what were you doing there in the first place?
It was Coach's suggestion, and it worked until you flew off the handle.
Criminy, Ginger, what do you expect me to do when I see some guy's reputation wrapped around my
Who told you he had a reputation?
Bernie.
You know, I could have gotten my picture taken by that photographer. Judy gave me a schedule. Came here instead. Could have been in luck.
You came to help me instead of getting your picture taken?
Pour salt in the wound, why don't you?
God, I love you. Of course, I'm out $40.
Well, $40.
Well, I tracked down the photographer and bribed him to go over to the radio station and take your picture.
You did that for me.
Of course.
All finished.
I'll get you another.
I'll finish with the bed. It's fixed.
I'm very grateful, Charlie.
Yeah, well, I guess the library's closed by now.
I'm sorry it took so long to fix it, but, well, we could discuss things here.
No.
Come on, Charlie. For old time's sake. You're still married, Charlie. I'm sorry, Gina. This took longer than I thought it would.
If we leave extra material fold over like this, then as the baby grows, we let it out, see?
It looks wonderful.
I finish by Thursday.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
No, I must get Emma back home in bed.
You want me to drive you? They forecast rain.
No, I like to walk. It's not far.
You know, Gina, you have a standing offer with us to babysit whenever you want to go out.
It's very kind.
She means, are you dating? But she thinks asking directly would be impolite.
Al.
I'm not dating.
Al, do you know a nice Jewish boy?
Here we go. The toy is unwrapped.
Gina?
What is the matter?
Charlie's been such a heel.
Shh. You scare Emma. What did Charlie do?
He turned me down. I gave him every indication I was willing, and he turned me down. There must be another woman. There's no other explanation for it. I can't believe he's doing this to me. It's so unfair. I want him back, Gina, but...
Are you sure about another woman?
What else could it be?
I must get the washing before comes the rain. Please to watch Emma for one moment only.
Of course, love.
Gina,
Charlie,
I was hoping you'd come outside.
she'll hear you. Charlie, Caroline loves you.
A pig's eye.
Charlie, she loves you. She told me so. She promises to change. She told me so.
What else did she tell you? That she'd give back the money she stole from me?
She told me she believes there is another woman.
There is.
It says Amerika 1 year after VJ Day.
Open it, open it.
Oh, look at this. Caroline and Gina together. It says war brides take to the good old US of A like ducks to water.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I do look like I'm having twins.
That picture was taken weeks ago. You're a lot bigger now.
I'll thank you to keep your yourself.
Returning GIs wasted no time starting new families. Mom.
Oh, just turn the page, please.
Linda, look, your picture got in.
Wow. Happy to get off the factory floor, smartly dressed Lisa. Lisa.
Quit bellyache. At least your picture got printed.
Lisa Metcalf is eager to get on with more serious business, like finding a husband.
Oh, well, it's not such a terrible idea.
Mother.
Doctors recommend Trenton cigarettes because they're better for you. I smoke them.
Because they taste good.
Turn the page.
2 photos. There are 2 photos of Judy Owen.
War widow holds down 2 jobs.
I'm gonna scream.
Oh, turn the page quick before she screams.
I'm gonna scream.
No.
Hey, look at that. Negro entrepreneurs reopen restaurant.
Hey, it's Rupert's.
I'm not even gonna bother to put on my apron because they are gonna fire us the minute they set eyes on us.
Morning, Gloria.
Eve.
Morning.
Mrs. Sloan. Mr. Sloan.
I suppose everyone has seen this.
Yes.
Yes. Rather superficial, but apparently that's what the public wants.
You would think that the largest employer in the city
And largest donor to charities.
would be photographed, right?
Wasn't that photograph of Rupert's Cafe a surprise?
Yes.
I never understood the popularity of that place. It's so inconveniently located. Honestly, what pleasure people get from eating on the wrong side of the tracks, I will never know.
Maybe the food is good.
Apparently, they have hired a Negro cook. But I'll bet $1 to a donut hole her cobbler isn't half as good as yours is, Gloria.
D-Day plus 2 years. The historic Normandy coast as it looks today. Here, heroic U.S. and Allied troops made the first landings in the invasion that led to the defeat of Germany. At neighboring Saint-Mère-Église, honors for the men of the famed 82nd Airborne Division, liberators of the first French village. Nearby, fields of white crosses that tell a story of courage and sacrifice. School children of Église make a pilgrimage on the anniversary of D-Day in memory of the brave men who gave their lives in those first furious hours of the assault.